Hello everyone. So myself Dr. Mohan Kumar KC, working as assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, ATME. Today I am going to discuss about the CNC part programming and simulation, under that CNC turning programming. So first, turning program 1. The objective to write a manual part programming for a given part and execute multiple turning and finishing operation. So this is the model they are given. So all the dimension in millimeter. This is the workpiece setup. This is the workpiece. This is the origin datum. From here x equals 0, y equals 0. So this direction z plus, this direction z minus, this direction x plus. The tool letter will be like this. The tool will be entered from this side. So this is the step-by-step procedures. So before writing any part programming, the students or anyone not programmer should know the basic G codes and M codes and their functions. So start with what is multiple turning and finishing syntax. So it's a routine cycles which consists of 2 lines of syntax. So in first line G71, so that is the G code for multiple rough turning. Is a U and R. U stand for, that is a depth of cut. What is the depth of cut in the first stage? Then R for relief. So after cutting the over the past length, then it has to relieve back and go to the initial position and start once again additional depth of cut, start cutting again. The second line G71. So P, that is the initial block number from where the actual geometry start. That is the from this point geometry to this point. The Q is the final block profile. Then U is the allowance. U and W is the allowance to be remained for the next finishing operation, the succeeding operations, and F is the feed rate. So these are the syntax for multiple rough turning operation. So then the followed by a finishing operation, fine turning operation, that is syntax for that is G70, P, Q and F. P and Q are similar to here, initial profile number, and the Q is the final profile number, and F is the feed rate. So according to the requirement, rough turning and fine turning, the feed can be modified as per the combination of tool and material combination. So these are the always in programming, especially for CAD-M software, the program should start with a percentage symbol. So and always start with a O, that is a program numbering 001. Then G21, that indicate that metric data input. Similarly G20 inch data input. So what is the dimensions we are going to take in? According to that, the corresponding G code should be given. G98, so return to initial point in a CAD cycles. That is the required for this. Then G28, that is a once again go to initial position or home position. You start with U0, W0. U is corresponding with respect to x-axis, W corresponding to the z-axis. So then M06, that is a tool change, operation miscellaneous functions. Once you tool change means the required tools will be selected. So in this operation, we are going to select this the reference tool we are going to use for this program and the software for the outer dia turning. Similarly M03, once the tool has selected, proper tool has selected, tool has spindle start in clockwise direction or forward, especially in case of turning forward, and set the tool speed. The speed of the spindle is 1000. Then Z00, go to initial rapid traverse to X30 Z1. That is the blank diameter will be 30 mm. The tool will come to above just X30 this direction, that is a plus 30, and Z plus 1 means it is not touch the workpiece. So G71, so here onwards the multiple turning operation starts and depth of cut is 0.5 in a single stroke. Then relief will be 0.1, that is 1 mm. Then G71 second line syntax for the G71. So P1 Q6, that is a initial profile number to the final profile number, and with the allowance to be left for the next operation. in with respect to x direction and z direction 0.5 and 0.5 with respect to x and z respectively. Speed will be 40. So this is the first one. So n is the sequence number. So it can add to every one, or the next line will automatically take that corresponding numbering in the software itself. So n1 is the sequence number of the initial profile. That is in that the tool has to move linearly to the position of x10 z0, means the x10 z0 will be this point you can observe here. So the change in the profile direction, that is n2 second line will be z minus 20, means x remains same, z minus 20, it will move like this direction will be z minus direction. Next n3 x20, there is a change in x value, and z25 is the value, x value is 20, and 20 plus 5 minus, that is minus 25. Next here the x remains same, z is going to vary, minus 40. So we can also add x value also, x20 z minus 20, like that you can also write. Next, change in the dimension of the x value, that is the x30 and z minus 60. So 20 plus 25 plus 15 plus 20, so altogether 60 minus 60. Next, there is no change in the value of x, so only change in the value of z. So z is minus 100. So these are the n1 means initial block number, n6 is the final block number. That will be within that the cycle will be executing till it get the this final shape with an allowance of 0.5 mm with respect to x, 0.5 mm with respect to z direction. So then after finishing this one, the go to home position in order to change the tool to the next second tool, that is a rough turning tool. So there is a change of tool from T01 to the 202. So second tool will be selected. So reference cutting tool for that one. So M03, once you change the tool, we need to start once again with the spindle. You can set depending on the requirement, finishing cycle tool and workpiece combination. We can set the tool speed of the spindle 800. Then the syntax for the finishing operations, G70 P1 between the same profiles 1 to 6, it has to move and with a feed rate of F40. Then go to home position after finishing. Then M05, the spindle stop, and M30, that is end of the program, and rewind for the next block. So always the program will begin with the percentage symbol, similarly end with the percentage symbol. So let us see how we can simulate the same program in the CAD-M software, that is the software called as CNC term under the CAD-M. So this is the workpiece setup. You can see the block, machine, tool, error check, simulate, view, configuration. These are the things. So in the beginning we have to do the block. So what is the size of the workpiece? Depending on that we need to select. Then we have to select the machine. So by default machine you are going to select here. Then tool, number of tools required for the operations. Then error check, is there any error, that will be listed. Then simulate in the solid mode or in the line mode or isometric mode depending on the requirement. So here the program is written here. Now the program will be loaded. You can observe here whatever the program I have shown, that is same, the program is loaded here. Then blank. So for this program, the black length is 110 and 30 diameter. So start with 0, there is no pacing operation. Then machine. So program is written on the Panuk based. Then tool number 1 and 2 already are shown in the program. The same tools are selected here. So how to select means we need to go for add tools. So add tools means for that it will ask for the tool numbers. That will ask for the tool number. So you have to define with the tool number. So 1, 2 like that. Add. So always it default by inch system. It is in inch system. You have to change it to millimeter. Then what is the external turning operation? As I told you, the reference tool shank 20 by 20. in that. So you can modify these things as per the requirement. As per the program requirement, you can modify that one. So error check, once you add, so is there any error in any lines, it will be displayed with line number and what is probable error. Then you have to do simulation till end, complete simulation will be done. So isometric, so start simulation. So you can reduce the speed, you can observe very carefully. So tool entry, first cut, relief, go back to initial position. So each cut 0.5 mm will be removed, depth of cut of 0.5 mm until it reaches to the final shape of the profile. This is the, you can see here which line is executing the G71 between the profile P1 to PQ6. So N1 to N6, these are the profile. So with a depth of cut of 0.15 mm, that will be the, I think it is running 0.5 mm, and with the allowance left for the next operation, that is a fine turning operation or finishing operation with respect to X and Y, 0.5 mm with respect to X, 0.5 mm with respect to Z. So that will be the retaining within the allowance, then that will be completed in the next cycle. So rough turning is over. Now the tool change, with respect to tool change, there is a tool change, you can observe here. The color code will be changed according to the next operations. So same thing can visualize in the line mode. So how the tool entry exit, you can visualize the things. So this is the block. Start the program. You can observe here tool entry, retrieval. So continuous line means that is a cutting action. Dotted line means non-cutting operations. So it will take it back with a relief of 1, go to the initial position, return to home position. Then it will take additional depth of cut. You can see the lines. So means that is the profiles. In the profile of the workpiece, it will take step by step so that it will remove the material with a depth of cut of 0.5 mm. The same line is executing first syntax G71. Now you can see the once again here also color code is going to change. So this is the how to simulate the program in the CAD-M software CNC Turn.